Howdy folks, very excited, just finished installing the SilverFox H1 or Home 1 map controller for DMD2. So that now integrates with our nice Samsung Galaxy 2 tablet running DMD2 as well as Gaia GPS for planning and things like that. What I wanted to be able to do by adding the controller is be able to sort of zoom, pan and do those various things with the map. A little bit more on the fly, not having to sort of stop and use take gloves off and all that to make sense of it. So the way this works is 12-volt power supply is wired into the stock SAE connector that lives behind the headlight on this G310GS. And that's a switchable source, so only works when the ignition's on. But what we can now do after pairing via Bluetooth to the tablet, we've got a number of functions, including, so we've got joystick at the top, which allows us to pan the map around on the fly. So that's pretty cool. We can use the lower two buttons here to zoom in and out. And then after we've been messing around with that, we just hit the top button here. Boom, back to our home position. So I had to do a few things. I had to do a firmware update on the Home 1 when it arrived. That'll work fine, and there's also an app that needs to be installed to make it all talk to DMD2. The other thing that's really cool is, so that's Bluetoothed in, as well as the OBD2 reader. So you can see, just as an example, I'm using the throttle position sensor output at the moment, just to show that that's live, and that's working through the OBD Link LX, little green box down in there. So yeah, while we're moving, we've got maps, we've got important things like just coolant temperature. It's probably the most useful one. The G310 doesn't send a lot of signals through its OBD2, but very useful nonetheless. So yeah, super happy. I've just come back from a 2,000 kilometer adventure ride where I would have loved to have had this, but typically, as these things are, the control actually arrived while I was away on the trip. But otherwise, the Samsung tablet, navigation through DMD2, the simple RAM mount I'm using, as well as the nice CNC mini fairing, all were excellent. They work great, and it's just so handy having that nice big screen. And it means kind of while you're riding, you can kind of just glance down and really see very quickly where you've got to go. A lot of people using phones, almost, they're sort of stopping and squinting and looking at their phones to be able to do their navigation. But anyway, everything's great. Look forward to field testing it. Super stoked. I haven't seen much information about these on YouTube. They're not cheap, but they're beautifully made. Like it's next level, very bespoke, and works a treat. So yeah, check them out. SilverFox. There's a number of different controllers, but I really like the layout of this one and plays nicely with my particular switch block that is on the G310 at this stage. It should easily transfer to new bikes in the future and things like that. Anyway, folks, enjoy your riding, and might see you out there on the trail someday. Cheers.